It would be nice if I actually made it live.
You're not lying. Começa de novo, ninguém sabe. Eu respondo em
English.
English.
I'm going to tell you to speak, right?
Yeah.
No boy.
You didn't put a practice video you want to take.
That's why I didn't put it live, of course.
It's normal.
All right, so this just happened, so you guys know. The question 56, the answer was B. And we're now reading 57. I apologize, but there was a slight delay in my reaction. So, 57. In the purchase of real estate, the buyer is held responsible for facts and information obtainable through actual notice and through caveat emptor, incorporeal interest, eminent domain, or constructive notice. 57. In the purchase of real estate, the buyer is held responsible for facts and information obtainable through actual notice and through caveat emptor, incorporeal interest, eminent domain, or constructive notice. Correct answer for 57 is D as in David, constructive notice.
I'm going to have to know myself.
I think so.
What's A? I'm sorry.
Let the buyer beware. It's just notice, which is actual notice and constructive notice. It's both of them. Okay? Nobody's replying now, so they're all gone.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. 58. The power of eminent domain is exercised through a court proceeding known as specific performance, condemnation, escheat, or adverse possession.
Okay.
So, 58. The correct answer is
A, right?
eminent domain.
It is why, Bruno.
58. Eminent domain is B, condemnation.
Why?
The property is being condemned, it must be taken down for public use.
Oh.
Eminent domain.
And a specific performance?
That's when there's a buyer, there's a seller, and they're suing each other to force the contract to happen.
Okay.
So either I sue you for specific performance for you to buy, or you sue me for specific performance for me to sell.
What chapter is this?
For eminent domain,
Yeah.
Chapter 9.
Okay.
Specific performance would be chapter 11, but this is 9.
Okay.
It's okay, you're entitled to have one wrong. Calculators. 59. It says the gross income from a small office building is $73,500, and the annual expense is $52,300. If the owner expects to receive an 11% return on her investment, what should she be willing to pay for the building? Total income is $73,500. Expenses, $52,300. The owner wants 11% return. What would she pay for the building?
Okay.
Ready?
No.
Is it 192,727, 212,000, 475,455, or 68,182? The correct answer for 59 is A is an apple.
It's A?
Yeah.
Can you explain that, please?
No. So here's the thing. Income approach is based on the net operating income. What is the net operating income?
73.
After expenses. 73,000 is the gross income.
72.
Minus expenses of 52,000. How much is left?
21,200.
Say it louder.
21,200.
So that's the net operating income.
Okay.
If you guys are putting in the steering wheel that I taught you guys, income goes on top.
Mhm.
Rate goes in the bottom. So 21,000
Okay.
divided by 0.11. 20,000 what?
21,200, sorry.
21,200 divided by 0.11 is
A.
192,727.
Okay.
Good. All right, next. 60,000. 60,000. It's late. Long day. A home seller may avoid federal capital gains tax on profits from the sale of a principal or primary residence only if the property has been owned and occupied as principal residence for 2 of the preceding 5 years. Either the seller or the seller's spouse is over the age of 55. A replacement residence of equal or greater value is purchased within 2 years of the sale. Or fix-up expenses were paid within 90 days of the sale. So, the question is, a home seller, principal residence, when can they avoid capital gains? A, if the property has been owned and occupied as a principal residence for 2 of the preceding 5 years. Either the seller or the seller's spouse is over the age of 55. Replacement residences of equal or greater value is purchased within 2 years. Or fix-up expenses were paid within 90 days of the sale.
A.
Correct answer is
A.
A. So 60 is A as an apple. Calculators. 61. The selling landlord has collected the September rents from all 5 tenants. 2 at $345 and 3 at $425.
Okay.
The sale, hold on, you guys are already calculating without me giving you all the numbers.
But I.
The sale is closed on September 20th. How much credit should the buyer be allowed? If it's rents, the numbers we need are based on months.
Yeah.
We're in the month of September. How many days do we have? And you have to figure out when we closed and what's left.
Okay, Bruno.
Hey, I'm giving you hints. Relax. So, 5 tenants. Rents were collected. How much credit should the buyer be allowed?
What's the answer? How much?
You tell me your answer.
No.
People at home, you heard this, right?
No. It's going to be nice.
I am being nice. I'm the nicest.
I do have a question
Yes.
before this.
I was just going to say, in the state exam, if she whispers like that, she'll get kicked out of the room.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good.
The 20th, does that count for the buyer or the seller?
See, it depends.
Okay, so, but there wouldn't be like an answer that would be a day off, right, of the calculation? Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's either 655, 690, 1,275, or 1,965.
It's 8.
Correct answer is A as in apple.
Mm-hmm.
So how did we get here? Total rents, which is 1,965. You divide that by 30 days, which is the month of September, and that gives you the daily rate of $65.50. See, I'm already answering before Sonia. Sonia's like, why? Okay. So I'm already answering that. So $65.50 is the daily rate. But we have 10 days left in the month. So how much credit must the seller give the buyer? 10 days. 10 days times $65.50 is A, $655.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonia calculated with 31 days. Right, Sonia? She's like, shoot, 31 days. 30 days. Yep. You guys need to know your months. Very important. 62. Real estate brokers may protect themselves in case of professional lawsuits through a special type of insurance known as malpractice, errors and omissions, inland marine, or floaters. Write down the answer. 62. The correct answer is
B.
B as in boy. Errors and omissions is the type of insurance that we have. 63. The amount of commission due on the sale is determined by state law, local custom, court decisions, or agreement between the broker and client.
The answer is
The amount of commission due on the sale is determined by...
it's the litigation.
All right, so Monica, the answer is on chapter 3 for 62. Errors and omissions is the type of, towards the end, it's the type of insurance that we have to protect ourselves. 63 is D. Commissions are negotiated between the broker and the client. 64. No exceptions are permitted by federal law when discrimination is based on race, marital status, sex, or disability. No exceptions to what law? The answer for 64 is
A.
race. You can never discriminate against that, okay?
A. Be nice.
I am nice. Again, the nicest.
Not you, Stephanie.
Oh, Stephanie, okay. Regulation Z would require full disclosure of all financing terms. If an advertisement mentions payment of $1,500 a month, terms negotiable, $200,000 mortgage available, or owner will finance.
Wait.
What requires full disclosure of all financing terms if an advertisement mentions one of these? Which one requires full disclosure? Write down the answer.
Wait.
I'm waiting. And the correct answer is A is an apple. Payment of $1,500 a month is literally telling you we all qualify in the same way.
No.
Is that possible?
No.
No. And that's why full disclosure of to a qualified buyer, for instance, is required. Okay?
Okay. Explain again. Because I'm
Okay.
not qualified like you.
That's exactly why full
Okay.
disclosure is needed.
Oh, the full, okay.
I need to say to qualified buyers. If I kept it at terms negotiable, that's all we're saying, it's negotiable. Right? If I said owner will finance, we're not saying how much and how much it's gonna cost or for how long, right? We're keeping liberal, general. Those do not require or trigger full disclosures. 66. That's chapter 15 if you guys want to go there. 66. A purchaser in a cooperative usually receives, it's a co-op, not a condo, usually receives title to the land on which the unit stands, a proprietary lease to one living unit, ownership and use of a certain portion of each year, or a life estate. 66. A purchaser in a co-op usually receives title to the land, proprietary lease, ownership and use for a certain period of time or portion of each year, or a life estate. It's a co-op, not a condo. What do they receive? The answer for 66 is
A.
B. It's a co-op.
That's right.
All right, if you guys are there, please say, write 1 or 2 or 3 or a number. Give me something. Because I have 7 people watching, only 1 answering. Okay? So if you're watching, let me know that you're there. Okay, so correct answer is B, because co-ops, you get a lease and stock. Condos, you get a deed, so you get title to the land, it's yours. Okay, and C would have been for timeshares. Okay? 67. Comparative market analysis, or CMA, helps an investor determine feasibility of a proposal, is intended for use as evidence in a court proceeding, is often used in condemnations, or helps the seller establish the right listing price. A CMA or comps are used for
D.
D as in David, for helping the seller determine the right listing price. Calculators. It says right here, a developer is planning a building containing 103,000 square feet. Construction costs are estimated at $42 a square foot. 90% financing is available. How much money must the developer put up to complete the project? If the loan is 90%, they got to come up with
Okay.
10% down payment. Very good.
Okay. No.
Okay, Hannah. Sonia Matut said, okay, Bruno.
Shut up, Sonia. Come to school.
Ooh. Love and hate relationship right here. You guys gonna miss each other. Ah, Mala Anna. She called you bad. So, 68. Is it
Okay.
432,600,
Uh-huh.
3,684,000, 3,893,000, or 428,600.
It's A.
Not even done yet.
You're not done yet, I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's Bruins Farm.
The correct answer is A as an apple. So, here's the thing. Very similar to the previous question, which is you need to figure out what's the cost of construction. It's 103,000 times 42. And that is going to give you 4,326,000. Correct?
Yeah.
How much do you need to come up with?
10%.
10%. What is 10% of 4,326,000? 432,600. Okay? Good. 69. Which of the following represents functional obsolescence? Used car lot next door, outmoded plumbing, change in zoning, or leaky roof. As we mentioned earlier, there's three types of obsolescence: physical, functional, and economic or external obsolescence. Which one represents functional?
I know.
B.
The correct answer is B as in boy. For those of you that answered D, a leaky roof is physical obsolescence. It's a problem that needs to be fixed. A functional obsolescence means we don't use it or need it anymore. It could be replaced. Functional. For instance, in the example in the book, we talked about plumbing, just like here in this question, could be replaced from copper to flex pipes or PVC. It's not required, but we can. A room that was used as a bedroom can now be a living room if it's next to the kitchen. That's another example of functional. Physical, chapter 16, cost approach. Physical obsolescence would be the leaky roof. It's damage to the property. Functional is just the way things are working, can be replaced or changed. And of course, A and C would be economic or external obsolescence. Again, this is chapter 16, and this is the cost approach.
There's a lot on that topic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, 70. We don't need calculators. Mr. Martinez purchased a duplex for $300,000. He's paying $37,500 down payment and financing the balance. 2 years later, he sold the property for $345,000. He has realized plottage, capital gain, escalation, or highest and best use. There's a number here you don't need. He bought it for $300,000. He put $37,500 down, and he sold it later for $345,000. Did you get plottage, capital gain, escalation, or highest and best use?
B.
D.
B is in boy.
Correct answer is B as in boy.
Why?
There's no Y here. There's A, B, C, or.
Yeah, but Bruno,
Well, isn't that not capital gains? Because he didn't gain anything.
He didn't?
He gained.
He bought it for $300. He sold for $345.
Right, he can.
The down payment does not matter here.
I understand.
I told you there was a number here that didn't matter.
Right, I understand that. But when you do capital gains, don't you also include what you put down?
Why?
Oh, because he bought it for 300, not
Yeah, not
337.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Never mind. Take it back. Makes sense.
he calm. It's free.
Stay calm, it's free. All right. You guys good?
Yeah.
You got it now. 71. When real estate is operated as by a general partner who is fully liable for operating losses and is owned jointly with several passive partners who are liable only to the extent of their investment. This form of ownership is called joint partnership, real estate investment trust, general partnership, or limited partnership.
Right.
So there's one general partner and the other ones are passive partners who are only liable to the extent of their investment. What is this called? Joint partnership, real estate investment trust, general partnership, or limited partnership? And the correct answer for 71 is
D.
D as in David, yes. Because there's at least one general partner and the other ones are limited to their investment and their say in the business. They're passive only. 72. Every deed in the subdivision has a restriction forbidding tool sheds or dog houses. Mr. Appleton erects both in his backyard. His neighbors may do nothing because they have no authority, go to court and obtain an injunctive relief, call the local police, or borrow his tools and his dog.
That's the one for me. No.
I think D is the correct answer, hands down. So every deed in the subdivision has a restriction forbidding she sheds. Every time I see this or
And a little foo-foo dog.
the foo-foo dog, there you
Right
go.
pocket first dog.
Okay. So the correct answer for 72 is
B.
B as in boy, go to court and obtain an order by the judge, an injunctive relief. 73. Estimating market value by considering sales of similar properties is used in which appraisal approach? Market value. Is it the cost approach, the income approach, the market data approach, or capitalization? Considering sales of similar properties is used in which approach? Cost approach, income approach, market data approach, or capitalization? Correct answer for 73 is C as in Charlie, market data approach or sales comparison approach. Mean exactly the same. Because we analyze market data, what's sold recently. Okay? That's chapter 16 as well, if anybody wants to know.
I better reread that chapter.
74. In a new subdivision, streets, sidewalks, and curbs. New subdivision. These are usually provided by municipality, county, property owners, or developer. 74. It's a new subdivision, so the streets, sidewalks, and curbs are provided by who? Correct answer for 74 is
D.
D as in David. The developer builds on the lot and dedicates or turns over the streets, sidewalks, and curbs to the municipality. If he doesn't want that to happen, then it must be a private gated development. Okay?
Because you have to give to them, right?
Yep. Dedicate or turn over. Yep. 75. Amy holds a proprietary lease on her apartment and directs that shares of stock in the corporation that owns the building be registered in the name of Amy Martin. Two things, proprietary lease and stock. This means that she owns a condominium, real estate investment trust, cooperative, or syndicated venture. Amy holds a proprietary lease and stock in her name. Condo, REIT, co-op, or syndicated venture. The correct answer for 75 is
C.
C, co-op. It gets easier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned my
It's
lesson
going
with the
down
other
one
answer.
Right?
Yes.
And by the way, sometimes that's what happens.
Yeah.
We move forward to a question, and like, oh, wait a minute. I had something similar before, right? 76, we need calculators for this. The appraiser estimates the replacement cost of a building at $560,000. The building has an estimated life of 40 years and a current estimated remaining life of 30. What is the current value of the building? It's worth 560 at 40 years, but there's only 30 years left. So what is the current value of the building?
Say again, Bruno. It's 40 years.
So the replacement cost is based on how much it costs to replace a building. Okay? $560,000, but that value is based on 40 years of life of the building. So we wouldn't have to do anything with the building for 40 years. There's 30 years left. How much is it worth? And the correct answer is
Okay.
140,000, 420,000, 475,000, or 560,000.
B.
Sonia, is that D for 76 or for 75? Correct answer is
B.
B as in boy, 420,000. So if the value is 560 for 40 years, and we're trying to figure out how much 30 years are, we need to divide it by 40 and then multiply by 30. So we know the annual value, right? So 560 divided by 40 gives you the annual value. Times 30 gives you the remaining years. Sonia, you're not supposed to have the book with you. You're not supposed to know the answers. Close the book, throw it away.
So,
You're cheating. You're terrible. Anna's talking bad about you. Your book is blank. Great. Still has answers. Close the book, because here nobody's using a book. All right. Did you get it?
yes.
Okay.
I mean, I understand now.
Okay. You're just seeing me, so how did you know the answer?
She's smart.
Mm-hmm.
She's good with smart.
77. The term condominium refers to an apartment, type of ownership, type of building, or planned unit development.
Okay.
The term condo refers to 77. The correct answer is
C.
D.
excuse me. B as in boy, type of ownership. That's chapter 7, forms of ownership.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All you gotta do is ask. 78. What is radon?
I know.
Radon is a foul-smelling gas, a colorless, odorless gas, a hazardous mineral, or a valuable mineral. 78. Radon is
B.
B as in boy. It's not sometimes in basements, Sonia. It's all the time in basements. In basements, it just might have high levels of radon because of the lack of ventilation. And that's why we don't put people disabled in the basements. Sorry, side note. Even if it is for free, don't spit it.
Devias mijar todo. Espero que tu
Oh, boy.
Oh, something with basements. Still not something with basements. It's in the whole house, but mainly in basements.
Yeah.
Concentrated in
Concentrated, high levels. Very good, poor people.
Okay.
All right, 79. A perk test or percolation test determines the suitability of soil for installing a septic system. It is only necessary if a house will be hooked up to a sewer system. Determines how much coffee a restaurant is allowed to brew
I like that.
or should never be conducted before you buy vacant land. A perk test or percolation test determines what is necessary when or should
A.
never be conducted. The correct answer for 79
Is A?
for 79. I don't know, Sonny, I don't know which one you're answering, but for 79, the correct answer is
A?
C. How much coffee? No, I'm just kidding. It is A. All right. It's the percolation test is to know how much water does a soil absorb in order to be fit for a septic system. I know it was 79. So Sonny was like, C, definitely. Okay. Percolation test. You'll find this in chapter 18. You're welcome. Second page of chapter 18. Don't ask me the page number.
18 we said, right?
Yep, subdivision and developments. 80. Calculators. The current value of a piece of property is $350,000. The assessed value is 40% of its current value. The tax rate is $4 per $100 of value, right? What is the amount of the tax? I'll give you 2 seconds because I'm opening that door.
Good Lord.
Lord. Estás com calor, Bruno?
Not me, but I see
Me.
that she's suffering over there. Denise is like, same
Well, I have layers because I thought it was going to be much colder today.
This calls hot flashes, right?
I don't think I'm there yet.
No,
That was me.
I hope not.
it can be.
You do realize there's people watching from home?
That's okay. You can have hot
What's the
flashes
limit?
too, Bruno. How old are you?
The correct answer for 80 is 1400, 1470, 3333. All right, Monica, you got the book too? Or D, 5600. The correct answer for 80 is
D.
D as in David, 5600.
Come on.
Guys, you're cheating. Books away. No book. Close the book.
Next time it's 1 feet of snow, they have to come to school.
81. In New Jersey, a lease for 4 years. I'm going to go into your houses and take those books now. In New Jersey, a lease for 4 years may be recorded, is invalid, is not legal, or involves an option. In New Jersey, if it's a lease for 4 years. Correct answer for 81 is A, may be recorded, because leases for 3 years or more must be in writing. Leases for 2 years or more may be recorded. A lease for 4 years is definitely valid and is definitely legal and doesn't necessarily involve an option. Okay? $82. So Janelle, we can have leases for 20 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. They're all legal. Now, 82. A broker's license is suspended by the real estate commission. His salespeople must immediately find a new broker to associate with, carry on the business until he regains his license, stop listing and selling, or obtain broker's licenses. 82. A broker's license is suspended. So what happens to your license?
Suspended too.
So what must you do?
C.
C.
Obtain.
Stop listing and selling. You cannot do anything.
But Bruno, when it's the broker, it's like died.
That's different.
That's it.
Totally different.
No,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
like the
Yep.
person has 2
Next.
years or more.
Next. Although,
See, I've been studying it.
good, but not here. Not now. A different question. It might come up soon. Although federal law does not mention it. She's calling me mean.
You are mean.
I am mean. It's okay. Although federal law does not mention it, New Jersey law forbids discrimination on the grounds of political affiliation, prison record, sexual orientation, or race. It's not under federal, but it's under state law.
Sex orientation.
Correct answer for 83 is
C.
C as in Charlie. Again, chapter 4, page 54 will tell you that under state law, sexual orientation, just like marital status in the previous one, is protected classes. Again, under state. Okay? $84. The Real Estate Commission prohibits listing a home phone number on business cards, vague vicinity advertisements, real estate advertisements on cable television, or puffery ads with words like superb or terrific.
Is it perfect?
Puffery, puffing, enhancing the value of something. So superb house, terrific neighborhood. That's puffery, you're enhancing the value. Now, Real Estate Commission prohibits which one? The answer is B as in boy. Vague vicinity advertisements. That is chapter 2 under advertisement violation. 85. Jefferson bought acreage in a distant county, never went to see it, and did not use it. Impson moved his mobile home onto the land, had a well drilled, and lived there for the past 22 years. A court might find Impson has become the owner of the land through adverse possession, statute of frauds, prescription, or accretion.
Okay.
Jefferson bought land but never went to see it. Somebody else moved in and occupied the land and used the land against his will. This someone else, this Impson guy, became the owner of the land through, correct answer for 85 is adverse possession.
I like love that idea.
Of stealing other people's property?
Yes.
What do you mean, Bruno?
I love it.
Something good.
It's not stealing.
You can't steal any of our
It's
property
not stealing.
because they
No.
abandoned it.
They abandoned it, right.
Very
They
good.
didn't pay attention, they didn't go there.
That's it. All right. 86. The term commingling refers to mixing the broker's funds with escrow deposits, soliciting the service of another broker salesperson's, failing to deliver copies of contracts, or promoting business at social gatherings.
Hey,
Hey, commingling.
passaste?
Não sei o que tá corrigindo.
Okay.
Não vai chorar.
All right. So, correct answer for 86 is A, commingling. 87. A real estate broker must keep all documents relating to a real estate transaction for how long?
I know.
Is it 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, or indefinitely? How long must we keep records, permanent records for?
C.
87. The correct answer is
C.
C as in Charlie. Very good. 1 point. Sonia just goes the long route. 6 years. Just say C. 88. These people in the books. You guys are cheating. I see them typing the answers already and waiting for me to read. 88. I can see through. Like I have a camera and my computer sees their computer. 88. A duly licensed salesperson may accept a bonus from grateful seller, grateful buyer, another salesperson, or none of the above. Correct answer for 88 is
D.
D. None of the above, because the only person that can pay us is
Broker of
Broker.
record.
broker of record. Next. New Jersey Real Estate Commission is funded from General Treasury, is under the Department of Banking and Insurance, sets commission rates, controls the truth in renting law. New Jersey Real Estate Commission. Duly means just properly licensed. 89. The correct answer is
D.
B as in boy.
What?
Yes, sir. The New Jersey Real Estate Commission is not funded from the General Treasury. Has nothing to do with the Treasury.
No.
They are. This is chapter 1, very first page.
I don't read the first page.
You just did this, right? Chapter 1, first page. Real Estate Commission is operating under the Department of Banking and Insurance and composed by 8 members.
Yes.
They do not set commission rates. Individual brokers set their own rates and negotiate with the seller. And they do not control the truth in renting law. The Department of Community Affairs does. Okay?
Okay. Another one.
90. The multiple dwelling reporting rule is required by the... Janelle says, chapter 1's the easiest chapter. Ah, that's what she says.
Who?
Janelle Williams. Now,
That was so long ago.
it's 4 weeks ago.
So long.
Janelle Williams. What's the answer for this one? The multiple dwelling reporting rule is required by New Jersey Real Estate Commission, Public Advocate, Attorney General of New Jersey, or Department of Community Affairs. Multiple dwelling reporting rule. So if you have 25 or more units, 25 or more, Francie's already answering 91. We're in 90, Francie. So Multiple dwelling, no, she just made a mistake. Multiple dwelling reporting units. Like if you have 25 or more units, you must report. This is
D.
D.
C as in Charlie. It's
C.
discrimination. So under the Attorney General Memorandum of Law Against Discrimination, anybody that owns 25 or more units must have an annual report to the Division of Civil Rights about the racial composition of their building.
No, I remember.
Aha, because of these exact words?
Yes.
Okay, that's
So
chapter
I did
4.
Okay, chapter 4.
Chapter 4, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And it's on page, so question 91. New Jersey real estate licensee may not sell vacant land, sell mobile homes, negotiate rental contracts, or draw up a sales contract for an 8-unit apartment complex. New Jersey real estate licensee may not do what?
D.
Correct answer for 91 is D as in David, because we cannot get involved in commercial contracts. '92. If the real estate commission wants to inspect a broker's office, how much notice must be given? 30 days, 10 days, 24 hours, or none? 92. If the real estate commission wants to investigate a broker,
None.
None.
D.
correct answer is D as in David, none. 93. The New Jersey Real Estate Commission includes 3 members at large, at least 2 lawyers, at least 1 minority member, or 8 members.
D.
Real Estate Commission is composed of D, 8 members. 5 are brokers, 2 from the general public, and 1 represents the state. 94. Which of the following words must be conspicuously displayed by brokers? A, licensed real estate broker. B, realtor. C, licensed realtor. Or D, licensed real estate agent.
Say again which the following words must be.
A.
Which of the following words
Yeah.
must be conspicuously displayed by the brokers?
Yeah.
Correct answer is
A.
A is an apple. They must be displayed on the exterior. Before I walk into an office, I must know who to sue. Simple.
Okay.
95. The real estate broker, who also holds an insurance license, is not allowed to sell insurance and real estate at the same to the same person, operate the business, the insurance business from a real estate office, include insurance placements in a real estate sales contract, or discuss insurance with the seller who lists the property. The real estate broker, who also holds an insurance license, is not allowed to write down the answer. The correct answer for 95 is
D.
C as in Charles. You cannot mention in the contract that you're purchasing insurance as well, because it's real estate separate from mortgage, separate from insurance. Each contract in each field. Okay?
What chapter?
I'm sorry?
Chapter?
For the insurance license, it'll be in chapter 11, talks about contracts.
That one is sketchy.
Oh, just remember, I always said, don't wear 2 hats at the same time. You can sell a house and then sell insurance separately, or sell insurance and then sell a house. You just don't put it in the same contract because these 2 separate things. All right. 96. A salesperson sold a house. Yay. When her broker received the commission check, he got very happy. He asked her to wait for her share until the check had cleared the bank. The broker must pay the agreed on split within 3 days, 1 week, 10 days, or 1 month. 96.
C.
The broker must pay within
C.
10 days after receiving the commission. Sonia, is that a zip code? 9610? Okay, 10 days. 96, the answer is 10 days. 97, we're almost done. It says a salesperson left a real estate firm to work at a bank. The broker must account for all commissions due the former salesperson within 3 days, 1 week, 10 days, or 30 days. So they left. The broker must have a proper accounting of all money due within
10 days.
D, 30 days. Remember, they left the office.
Oh,
They're
yes.
not active
Mhm.
agents.
Yeah.
So I have 30 days to figure out how much I owe you now that you left the office. Okay? 98. The real estate guarantee fund, which is not fun at all, pays commissions due if the broker's client fails to pay them, is administered by the salesperson's sponsoring broker, receives funding from licensed applicants, or sets minimum wages for licensees. The guarantee fund is C as in Charlie. They receive funding from licensed applicants because the top $10 of every application in a salesperson or referral goes to the guarantee fund. The top $20 of a broker application goes to the guarantee fund. 99. The real estate commission does not allow brokers. You don't need to look, you know who it would be. Make sure your phones are on silent, thank you very much. The real estate commission does not allow brokers to cooperate on multiple listings, price fixing, referral fees, or fee splitting. 99. The real estate commission does not allow brokers to do what? Cooperate on B as in boy, price fixing, because that goes against the Antitrust Act. $99. I'm sorry, that was 99. 100. Broker John Bloomfield dies. A temporary license, the other end, to carry on the work of the office may be granted to Mrs. Bloomfield, the Bloomfield's attorney, a salesperson who could qualify to be the broker, or a salesperson with 1 year of experience.
C.
Write down your answer, and the correct answer for 100 is C as in Charlie, somebody that qualifies to become a broker. So it's somebody with 3 years of experience, full-time, right?
Yes.
101. In New Jersey, landlord Smith places tenants' secure deposits in an interest-bearing account. Right? He must give his tenants
I know that too.
all the interest earned, half the interest earned, all but 1% of interest earned, or none of the interest earned. Correct answer for 101 is A is an apple, all the interest, because it's not your money, landlords. And then Sonia says that I'm mean. Can't be mean.
You mean good,
I'm
except
not. No, I'm not.
you're a very mean person.
I'm the best person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
102. Someone whose license is suspended may receive a fine for a first offense of up to $10,000, $30,000, $40,000. Give an opportunity for people at home to answer, please. Thank you.
Why did you look into
Or
school?
$50,000. 102. Someone whose license is suspended may receive a fine of up to, and the correct answer is D as in David, $50,000. Chapter 2.
I was gonna say that, but you
Chapter
have, well, it doesn't have a chance.
I did. That's why I repeated. I just want a chance to repeat. And
Yeah.
103. New Jersey Real Estate Commission. New Jersey Real Estate Commission was established to raise money for public treasury, of course, settle disputes between real estate agents, ensure equitable payment of brokers' commissions, or protect the interests of the public. 103. Real Estate Commission was established to do what?
D.
Correct answer is D as in David, protect the public. Okay? 104. An applicant for a broker's license who claims full-time experience in real estate should be able to show at least how many transactions per category per year? 6, 10, 12, or not specified.
D.
If you want to become a broker,
Sorry.
Bruno.
if you want to become a broker, you got to show at least how many transactions per category. Correct answer for 104 is
12.
D as in David, not specified. You got to be full-time. You got to be full-time, 3 years, and not employed elsewhere for no more than.
And you know what's weird about this? Over 18, at least 18 years old. Why would they have that?
What?
You have to be at least 18 is one of the.
All that means is you're a legal adult.
Okay.
So you're of legal
That's
age.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, but all that means is that you're of legal age. 105. Who of the following is required to take a 75-hour course before applying for a real estate license? Attorney, college graduate with a real estate major, licensed insurance broker, or broker from another state. 105. Who is required to take 75-hour course before applying for a real estate license? Correct answer for 105 is
See?
licensed insurance broker, C. Attorneys are exempt, as we talked about this morning. A college graduate that did real estate might not have to do all the hours, not 75, they might have to do less. Or a broker from another state might have already some experience, so they might waive the requirements. But insurance broker will always have to do the 75 hours. Didn't I go over this morning?
We did, but I have no idea.
And like
I know, we touched this.
specifically said licensed insurance broker. 106. Guess what Sonia missed? What did I say this morning you guys were going to miss on this one?
The insurance?
She
That's
said
what I-
missed the word insurance. This morning, I said, when you guys read it, you're going to see licensed, you're going to see broker, you're going to miss the insurance. Just in these exact words, didn't I? It's like I know my students. I might know what I do.
Get it?
106. Any advertisement placed by a salesperson must also include the salesperson home telephone number, so they can call you at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
The name of the brokerage firm, the exact listing price of the property, or the exact term free appraisal if one is being offered. 106, the correct answer is
C.
B as in boy. Brokerage firm. You are a salesperson, so all advertisement, this is chapter 2,
Yeah.
all advertisement must include the brokerage that you work for.
Yep. You're right.
I know. 107.
Just so you don't forget.
Any later change in a signed contract must be made only by an attorney, retyped and distributed to all parties, initialed by all parties, or renegotiated with a new contract by novation. Any later change to a contract must be. Correct answer for 107 is
C.
C.
C as in Charlie, initialed by all parties. 108.
Okay.
Salesperson David Stewart has his license revoked because he lied on his license application. His broker, Howard Barney, also loses his license automatically if he knew at the time what Stewart was doing, if Barney has any previous offense on his record, or if Stewart broke any rules while associated with Barney. Correct answer for 108 is
B.
B as in boy. If the broker knew and did not stop it, then they have guilty knowledge and they could lose their license as well. And what could happen to the rest of their licenses?
Spend it. Go.
Everybody gets suspended right away. Okay? 109. Almost done. Real estate licenses must be renewed
I know.
every July 1st, only after completion of continuing education, on or before the licensee's birthday, or every 5 years. Real estate licenses must be renewed. Correct answer for 109 is
B.
B as in boy. You have to do CE credits every 2 years before you can renew. And the last one, a fully qualified broker who chooses to remain in the role of a salesperson under another broker's supervision is known as licensed salesperson, broker salesperson, realtor associate, or adjunct broker. The correct answer for 110 is
B.
B as in boy, broker, salesperson.
Right.
For 109, it was B as well. All right, so before we end this, got a question. Is this helpful?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So here's what you guys are going to do. You're going to count the amount of answers you had incorrect. You have 110 questions minus, hold on, let me explain. You don't have to do it right now. You have 110 questions minus whatever ones you had wrong is going to give you correct answers.
Mm-hmm.
You divide that number by 110 and tells you the percentage you have. Okay? This was a way to test yourselves. Tomorrow we're going to do exactly the same, but with practice exam B. What you guys need to learn, and I hope you learned today, is that you need to slow down and read the questions properly. From what I saw, and I saw this in quizzes and I'm seeing again, your problem is not the material. Your problem is paying attention to the question. It's always a constant problem, which is your mind gets distracted. Everybody's like that. I'm like that. So if you don't slow down, pace it like I'm trying to, right, you will fail. What I want you to know is that we started at 7 It is now 10:17. Plus we had a break. So in 3 hours, we did 110 questions. In 3 hours, we were talking. In 3 hours, I was addressing the people at home and the people here. So do we really need 3 hours to do this exam? No. You have up to 4 hours, but I just showed you, especially in the last hour. In an hour and 20 minutes, we did 55 questions. It took us longer with the first set of questions because they were a little bit more complicated. Towards the end, they became easier, right? State exam is more or less the same way. The majority of the questions are answered in the first hour if you skip the tough ones. And then you have 3 hours to do the rest. You guys got it? So there's plenty of time. Just don't stress, don't overthink, and don't change answers. Fail because you have to fail. Don't fail because you would have passed. Meaning, if you did not change answers, there's a lot of people that change answers and fail. If I don't know how many times I'll repeat this, but this is the most essential thing when taking an exam. Fail because you have to. Okay? Because if you had the right answer and you change it to a wrong answer, that's the worst type of failure. Because now you're wondering, what if I had not changed? You got it? Go with your gut feeling, answer. If it's wrong, congratulations, you failed, but at least you know where you are. If it's right, you're not wondering. Because that messes with you for the next time you take the exam. Because now you don't know where you made a mistake. You guys got it? All right? So again, I hope this was helpful. I'll see you tomorrow at 6:30, please. All right? And whoever's at home, there's no snow tomorrow. I'll see you here. Good night.
It's no sense.
And then do you want us to calculate our?
Oh yeah, you can do it. No, it doesn't matter for me right now. It's for you.